If I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I have not worn this jacket before. I thought it looked nice for the video though, so I'm just gonna go with it. Hello everyone, my name is Jonathan and welcome to another episode of Johnny Boy Bakes. But today isn't a baking episode, today is actually a cooking episode because I have to cook myself lunch. For today's episode, we're going to be making chicken parm. We're going to make an oven-baked chicken parm because I don't like frying food because that just adds extra calories that I clearly don't need. For today's chicken parm, we're going to need the ingredients that I have here. We're going to use one chicken breast that you're going to have to cut in half, breadcrumbs that are Italian style because that's what I have, some olive oil, some tomato sauce or marinara, some cheeses. You're supposed to have mozzarella. I don't have mozzarella, but I have Swiss, so I'm just going to use that. And then the recipe so that you can reference it in case something goes awry. Alright, so the first thing we have to do is to preheat the oven to 450 degrees. So I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna use this really small one because I'm only doing one. Alright, so we're gonna oil this pan. Wow! Now that the pan is oiled, we're gonna combine the breadcrumbs and the Parmesan cheese in a single bowl. So since I'm doing 1/4 of the recipe, I'm gonna use about a 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs and like just a pinch of Parmesan. So we have our just about a little less than 1/4 cup of Parmesan or breadcrumbs. Add some cheese. There's no rhyme or reason to this. If you add extra cheese, then who cares? Actually, that looks like too much, but whatever. Cheese is good. So now we're gonna have to cut the chicken in half, brush it with a little bit of oil, and then roll it around in the breadcrumbs. Alright, so I'm going to cut this chicken in half. I think you just have to like kind of hold it to the side, or just hold it on top and just cut. This isn't working well. Just be careful not to hurt your hands or cut yourself. Just keep it level and everything should be okay. Alright, okay. That works. Alright, so now you have 2 halves. Oh no, I cut too low. Okay, I'm gonna use my tenderizer to just crush it. Get your aggression out now. Alright, so now that you've crushed your chicken into oblivion, then the next step is to pour a little bit of olive oil on it and we're just gonna kind of coat it. And then we're gonna cover it in the breadcrumbs and Parmesan cheese. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on. That's probably too much. And just kind of like rub it in and then do it on the other side too. And then we're just gonna dip it in these Parmesan crumbs. See if everything sticks. So that's pretty coated. I'm gonna just try and get all the little crevices and stuff just so it crisps up nicely in the oven. And then we're just gonna put it onto the tray over here. And then we'll do the same thing with this one. I think I added oil on here. That looks pretty good, and we're just gonna put it over here. So now after that's done, we're gonna put these in the oven for a little bit, and then we're gonna put the tomato sauce on top and put it back in the oven. And then we'll be able to eat it. All right, so we are just about to take the chicken out of the oven. It's been in there for 25 minutes, so I'm gonna go do that. Oh my goodness, that is mostly burnt stuff. So the chicken looks good. The sides are a little burned, but I think that's just like the juices that came from the chicken. So now what the recipe tells us to do is to take our can of tomato sauce, or ask for marinara, but I'm just gonna use this because it's what I have. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put 1 tablespoon of this tomato sauce onto each piece of chicken, and then we're gonna sprinkle some cheese and we're gonna put it back in the oven for like another 5 minutes. So that's a little bit of sauce for you, and here's a little bit of sauce for you. And then now, time for the cheese. Like I said before, the recipe calls for mozzarella, but I don't have that because I came up with the idea of doing this recipe like last night, and I didn't have time to go to the grocery store because it's snowing outside. So I'm just gonna use the Swiss cheese and just sprinkle a little bit on, just enough. And then we're gonna put it back into the oven to bake a little bit longer, maybe like 5 minutes, and then it's time to eat. All right, time to put it back in. Here we go. I'm putting it in. Just waiting for that cheese to melt and that sauce to heat up and all of that. And normally you would serve chicken parm with like a side of pasta or something, but I'm a little too lazy to do that, so I'm just gonna eat it by itself. So we're just gonna wait 5 minutes and then I'll catch up with you guys after that. I'm just waiting for these chicken things to be done. Ooh, okay. Wow, they actually look really good, besides from all the burned part. So I'm just gonna take them off of this tray, if I can. Uh-oh. Hopefully they're not all burnt this bad. Alright, so I'm gonna put that on there. That is not right. Okay, great. So this is our final product. I think it looks pretty good. It probably look and taste better if it was real mozzarella and not just Swiss cheese, but it looks pretty good for all things considered. All right, I'm gonna try it. Let's try the small one. Looks done. It's pretty good. It's a little bit dry, but I think that's just because it was so thin. Now let's try the bigger one. All right, that's also done through. Oh, can you see that? You probably can't, but there's like steam coming off of it. Ooh, it's hot, but it's really good. Might need a little bit more salt, but overall pretty good. And a lot more healthy than the oven, or like the deep fried or the pan fried version, because you just baked it in the oven. This is a great recipe. I highly recommend it. I'll leave the recipe down below in case you want to try it yourself. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like down below. Comment some dishes that you want me to try to cook or bake down the line. And subscribe if you want to see more. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Ooh.